Podcast with Jensen Maydew, Tony Caranco, and your host, Wes Underwood.
And welcome into the Sports Timeout Podcast brought to you by Jefferson's. Chiefs win, so do you. 50-cent wings after the Chiefs win, and Robert's Integrative Dentistry in Joplin. Check out Robert's Integrative Dentistry. If you're in need of a brighter smile, get it today. Get your appointment at 417-622-0404. Wes Underwood, along with newcomer Danny and Jensen. And how are you guys?
Doing good.
Can't complain.
Good. And before we buckle in, make sure to hit that subscribe and follow button. And we got a good show once again. So here we go. Get into it, get in the top 25. And I mean, not much change other than what Washington lost. Was that it, right?
And Louisville won.
Yeah, Louisville did win. Kudos on that one.
I wish was here so I could talk trash to him.
Yeah. I mean, it's fitting. You can talk trash to him. I'm sure he'll listen.
Yeah, because I know that it's the first time for Louisville to be in the ACC championship.
Yeah, it's going to be good for them. Definitely. Good for the organization too.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because we're not really a football school, so it's really cool. And then right behind them, number 10.
Yeah.
Right?
Believe so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They got number 10. They moved up from 11 to 10. After they defeated.
I like Mizzou too. Mizzou's good. Good for them on senior day to get that one. Huge win.
Yeah. Yeah, this football season has been really weird.
Yeah.
Like, especially even like with KU starting to win games and Mizzou doing so good, Louisville doing so good. It's just weird.
Yeah. I mean, people said that last year too when Kentucky and North Carolina were in the mix. And last 2 years really, to be honest. And then this year included in that 2 years. So, I mean, it's definitely different. Good to see. Good for the organizations. Good for college football. Means that the transfer portal is somewhat relevant, right?
Right. That's what I was going to ask. Do you think it's because of transfer portal or do you think it's because of like COVID super seniors or like
I think those are fizzling out now. I mean, you have maybe a couple of those left. A lot of them have entered the draft or called it done. Just kind of like, okay, yeah, I've given my time. I got my degree. I'll see you later. Stuff like that. I mean, we saw that a lot in basketball where a lot of people were just like, oh, yeah, I'll go ahead and move on. See ya.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's different. Danny?
Nothing really to add to that, to be honest.
All right. Fair enough. Next up, we talk NFL, and we begin with Josh Dobbs. I mean, honestly, what a story, despite yesterday's game. But dude was drafted by the Steelers, gets traded to the Jags, ends up in Pittsburgh again, went to Cleveland, then the Lions, practice squad, and then the Titans. Then he wound up back in Cleveland this year, got traded to Arizona, and just before Kyler came back from his injury, he got traded to the Vikings. 7 different teams, 7 years, 3 different teams in 2022, Browns, Lions, Titans, 3 just this season as well, Cleveland, Arizona, Minnesota. I mean, he was a bench player in Pittsburgh. He rode the bench in Jacksonville and in Cleveland. Last year in Tennessee, he threw for 400-plus yards in 2 starts at the end of the season. And then this year, he threw for 1,500-plus yards in 8 games for the Cardinals with 8 touchdowns and 5 picks. But since being traded to Minnesota, I mean, he's doing well. But first off, can he stay consistent? And can he take the Vikings to the playoffs despite that game against the Broncos? But other than that, how do you guys think he's going to react?
Honestly, I think Dobbs is really good. I think he's someone, even like from a fantasy standpoint, to be sure to pick up. I think he's been really exciting to watch. I think it's crazy this dude's showing this type of athletic ability, and he has an aerospace engineering degree. I'm literally mind blown at that. Like, how can you be that smart and that talented?
Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard, so.
All right, well, I guess
pretty cool.
It is cool. And in that same game, did you guys see that the Broncos Kareem Jackson, he got suspended for taking another hit on Dobbs, but it was on a play they didn't call against him during the game.
And that's his second of the season too. It's not looking good for him, and it's another 4-1. He's going to appeal it again, but I don't think it will stand, or I do think it will stand this time.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Anything
And
else, Jensen?
on the Dobbs topic, I just think it's insane that he's been to 7 teams in 7 years. Like, just the like adversity and like just like mentally I don't know, like moving gets old and like getting traded gets old and like feeling like you aren't good enough gets old, and like it's just crazy that he just kept going through all of that like adversity that he faced through those 7 years.
Yeah.
Which is just mind-blowing to me. And also, I feel like he could be a great asset to teams, not only because of his talent, but also like, does he know all those 7 teams like plays?
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. That's true.
like, he has the inside insight.
Well, and the weird thing was I happened upon his social media pages, and he's actually really funny. And then he came out with one where he went to the Arizona Cardinals team gift shop, went in to look for his jersey, and they didn't even have him in there. He had to create his own for his family, which costs an extra $20. So,
Dang.
and the fact that he had to pay for it because he was on the practice squad, but then ended up on the team for Kyler and playing there. But during that time, I just thought that was funny. But
Yeah.
it's definitely interesting to see that perspective. Like, oh, they don't have it in the store. Oh, I don't even get one to give away. Cool.
Right. Yeah, that does seem.
All of these quarterbacks like this too kind of blow my mind because he's been around for 7 teams, but literally I feel like until this year too, like no relevance like popping up.
Yeah.
But it's kind of
Well,
like Geno too, you know, like just always kind of being in a background for much longer. That's a much bigger story. But all of a sudden leading Seahawks this year and them sticking to them.
yeah, absolutely. I agree. And next, we'll go ahead and talk the Browns, and a guy kind of like that story just coming in this week after Watson goes down, and that's Joe Flacco. He's been signed to the practice squad. Rumor has it he will be added to the roster. He did have success last season with the Jets as he played 5 games and started 4, had over 1,000 yards passing, threw for 5 touchdowns, only 3 picks. And then over his 2 years in New York as a backup, he threw 8 total touchdowns with 3 picks. So that's pretty good. I mean, that's not horrible going in at that spot. But he has potential. And is this a fit for the Cleveland team who just had a good first performance out of Dorian Thompson-Robinson Sunday, who went 24-43 for 165 yards and a pick? I mean, that's not terrible in your first official start, but did in fact lead a game-winning drive. So yeah, what's your all's thoughts on this to keep? I mean, should they keep it going with that guy, or they're 7-3, or do they bring in Flacco and then kind of ruin that chemistry? I mean, we've seen it in past, but he's the veteran guy, so maybe Flacco's good. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like Flacco coming in and giving some of his veteran experience could never be a bad thing, especially for a young quarterback, you know, to be able to come in and see that and work alongside, whether or not, you know, it's just for this year until that QB can learn, or, you know, whatever that looks like. But I mean, there's something in the background that they don't love what they're getting from that current QB to sign someone else.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I mean, that veteran will help, but I don't know. It's just not their year. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like I feel like I say this week after week, but I feel like chemistry matters so much. So like I feel like if they're doing okay, then like why ruin something? You know? I don't know.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Lastly, in the NFL, we go ahead and talk Cooper Kupp, a guy that ruins that chemistry there for the quarterback and Matthew Stafford and Nakua, and I mean, just everything that's going on there. But his ankle injury, the guy can't catch a break. I mean, out first 4 games of the season, then had a hammy injury then, catches stride, injures his ankle now. And then let's not forget last year in week 10, he was pulled at that point in the season with a high ankle sprain that he had to have surgery on. I mean, is this the end for Cooper Kupp? Is he going to be injury prone from now on, or do you think he could see the light at the end of the tunnel?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like as soon as players start getting hurt this frequently all the time, it's hard to bounce back. But I don't know. Look at McCaffrey. Like, he's had a heck of a year, and he's like one of the most injury prone stories that we've had for the past couple of years. Like, oh man, this guy always injured, always injured. Well, this year he's showing up in the way that everybody was hoping. So I don't know. It feels like that, I think, when you have back-to-back years, but you just never know. But you also have the people that just, they get injury prone and they're literally just always injured, just never not. So we'll just have to see. I feel bad for him though. I like Cooper Kupp.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah. Well, and I also feel like, any any sport, but especially football, like you're kind of signing up for injuries. I mean, at the end of the day. So, I mean, yeah, it's like not great that the injuries are so close together, but I feel like that's just the nature of it, and I don't think he should be like punished for that, or you know what I mean? Like I feel like they should still give him a shot.
Absolutely. Agree. 100% on that one for sure. And next we go ahead and head into the NBA. And, oh man, we talked John Morant. And last season we kind of touched on the story and, well, I mean, defending himself after a boy threw a basketball at the back of his head, and then stated the boy said he'd come back and light this place up like fireworks. And I mean, Morant's agent said everything was just rumored, and then, well, now Morant's lawyers can argue to fight this. I mean, they go out and admit that he did hit this person, and then, but after he was hit, due to the stand your ground law, he was in the right to go back and do what he did. So I don't know if this holds, the charges will be dropped. What are your all's thoughts here?
The crazy thing is like John Morant at the end of the day hit a kid. You said a boy. That's true. It was a kid as a teenager. It's just to some degree, just the signs that he's showing, like, he'll get in trouble for having a gun, but then he does it again, and he's hitting a teenage kid, like trying to control your anger, whatever it is, or if it was self-defense, or that's what you argue, at the end of the day, you still hit a kid. And so, I mean, that's concerning to me. I love watching John Morant play basketball. So just watching him play basketball alone, all the best things to say, but it's concerning, some of everything that he's done between, waving guns around and having that so openly and punching teenagers. I mean, that's signs.
Sad.
Someone's, stability. And so I don't know. I hope he makes a turnaround from it all, but also it's kind of concerning to me. And for me, even with players, it matters who you are off the court. I mean, not like in a judgy way, but like in major ways. Like, bothers me that you would be out doing this, but still able to represent in a sport. But we'll see. I mean, I do hope that he turns it around and he stops, but it just seems like a constant news cycle of the next thing John Morant did, which is unfortunate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm not surprised that this is all getting swept under the rug and he's, not getting in trouble, honestly, because that's what athletes typically get. So, or people with money in general, and especially star athletes like John Morant. So that's not surprising. But yeah, Danny, I agree with what you were saying. And part of like being a pro athlete is, I mean, obviously it's your performance, but also like outside the court, like press conferences and media and all of that. So, I think that they need to definitely reel him in that aspect. But yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Another guy we need to reel in, move on in the NBA to LeBron James, who made an interesting remark the other night after a game versus the Rockets. Apparently, while playing Madden, he took a break and posted on IG sharing a graphic how his 35-point game against the Trailblazers was his 108th time that he had topped over 30 points since signing with LA. And he stated, he just came there to make movies. Ain't that what y'all said? And then when asked why he says this now, James said, because he just lays it up all the time. The teammates say that he lays the ball up. He doesn't go give his effort. And he wanted to show his teammates who have been making fun of him, I guess. I mean, the old guy and all the young guys. But, I mean, it sounds like this dude just wanted to prove that he himself is soft now, right? I mean, that's basically what you're proving, because you're caving into your teammates who are out there poking jokes at you, and then boom. I mean, he's indeed older, right? But thoughts here? I don't know. Is it just all fun and games, or do you think LeBron's being serious?
I think LeBron is just like, he's sitting there and they're laughing about it, and he's just like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna tell them, like, oh yeah, it's just all about making movies, isn't it? That's why I came here, just throwing up 30 plus points while I'm here, but I'm just movies. Like, I think it was more sarcasm and joking than it was like LeBron. Someone like LeBron's not going to take just any sort of hit. He's confident enough in his career to not just take a hit of any sort and just roll with it. Like, he's being sarcastic and he's playing the game and playing mind games, but he's too confident in his career to just, like, cave to any sort of admitting that he's in the wrong of something.
It's true. It's true.
I think it's hilarious though, like just how it started out when it was like LeBron was playing Madden. I'm like, why do we need to know that? Like, why was that even mentioned? Like, in general in the
Hey,
media.
thanks ESPN for the classy article there.
They're just they're making sure that we know every single aspect to what happened.
My
Yeah.
question is, was this guy just chilling with him, or
Right.
what? Like, did he
Yeah,
watch him post the tweet or on Instagram or whatever? I mean, was he just sitting next to him? Hey, bro, we're going to stop playing Madden for a minute. I got to make a point real quick. All right. Can I do an article? Sure.
no, literally.
Probably
Just
exact conversation.
yeah.
But lastly, we talk sporting Kansas City and having some extra time off, and to prepare for this game against the Dynamo. They will head to Houston, and you should go to this game, Jensen. You should go to this game. I don't know if I can say this enough, though, but this is a bottom feeder team at the start of the season. Fans were not happy, but then May came around, and the team caught fire. Everyone got healthy. They made the playoffs on a 3-1 win over Minnesota at the end of the season. They got the 8th seed over San Jose. They hosted a playoff game and won, and then that was on PKs, by the way. And then they did the unthinkable. They shut down the number 1 team on the road at St. Louis 4-1, and then came back home and shut them down 2-1. I mean, to this point, it's been a Cinderella story. And now they go play a team that is the number 4 seed. Houston had a 2-1 win over Real Salt Lake, and then the last 2 matches resulted in a PK showdown. And RSL won 5-4, and then Houston won 5-4. So that's how they got to where they are. Both teams make the conference semis. In the regular season, though, SKC and Houston are tied at 1-1-1. So really split decision down the middle. This could be a very good matchup. One we could see come down to penalty kicks as well, to be honest. And that being said, anyone have any extra thoughts on this one?
No, I feel like that's so exciting. I didn't know about the 1-1-1 like during their regular season matchups.
Yeah.
That makes it even like more exciting.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And you said it's at Houston.
Yeah. And I'm sure you could get tickets pretty cheap.
Yeah. I should
especially
go.
this time of the year.
Yeah. No, that would be fun. I'll update you on that.
Yeah. And on that note, we'll go ahead and head to the local sports update, brought to you by Trackside Burgers, open at 1515 West 10th Street. And go ahead and get yourself. Yep, I said go because I'm actually really excited about this one. Because you guys should go get the $50 gift card and then take me out or Jensen or whoever's in town, and go get us some food, because who doesn't like free food? And if you don't want to give it to me or whatever, go use it on yourself. Go use it on a family member. Go use it on a friend. Why not? But yeah, I mean, it's a win-win. You get $10 after you spend $50 on somebody. That's why I'm saying probably go take yourself, to be honest. But let's not be too greedy. But yeah, anyway, moving on to MSSU women's basketball. They will be in Bethany, Oklahoma tomorrow to take on Southern Nazarene. And then on Friday, the 24th, they head to Angelo, Texas. The Ramble Thanksgiving Classic is what they'll be participating in. And they play Angelo State at 1 p.m. And then Saturday, they take on Midwestern State at 3 p.m. I've heard of Anglo, but I haven't heard of the others. And then for the men, because I'm looking ahead here at the men's too, they head to Springfield to play Illinois Springfield. Okay. At 3:15 tomorrow. And then they play Jury, which I have heard of that one, at 7:45 p.m. at the O'Reilly Event Center. And then on Saturday, they return home to take on Rockhurst at 3 p.m. So that's gonna try to get over to that one for sure. But yeah, on that note, we head into the 2-minute warning, brought to you by Hot Stone Pizzeria. Not feeling like cooking this weekend? Go grab some pizza by the slice over there. I mean, we're going to be full of turkey and all the good stuff this week. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're closed on Wednesday and Thursday this week, and maybe Friday. But Saturday, go get some pizza if they're open. Maybe Friday. I haven't looked at their hours yet, but be paying attention to them, because it's worth going and getting if you're tired of all that Thanksgiving food. But yeah, time for picks, and we'll start off Webb City, Republic at 1 p.m. The last time these two met was back in September, also at Republic, and Webb pulled out a 42-21 victory. Who you guys got here?
I'm going Webb.
Webb as well.
Okay. Seneca heads to Kansas City to take on St. Pius X, and Seneca has blown out all their opponents this season but Lamar, where they won by 14. They are undefeated, by the way. So, and same story for St. Pius X, except for 2 losses on the season. I mean, they've pretty much blown everybody else out. But who you got in this one?
I'm going undefeated Seneca.
Same?
Seneca.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too
Yeah,
late
I'll
to
I'll go the same there.
underdog it.
Do what?
Like it's too late in the season for an underdog.
Could be, especially in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then moving on to the NFL, our Thanksgiving picks: Packers at the Lions. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Lions.
All right, I'll go Packers.
All right,
I'll go.
bet.
I'll go Lions. Commanders at the Cowboys. Who you got?
Cowboys.
I don't want to. I'm going Commanders because I don't like the Cowboys.
I'll take upset and Commanders here also. They just go in there and stir things in the kettle. And then lastly, 49ers at the Seahawks. Who you got?
Niners.
Niners.
If Geno Smith didn't get hurt last week, I'd go for Seahawks, but I'll go ahead and go Niners. Unfortunately, they are a power team, and I like Kittle. I'm one for Kittle. But yeah, absolutely. And well, for us, we're gonna go ahead and give what we're thankful for, and then we're gonna go ahead and get to those giveaways. So, what are you guys thankful for this weekend?
I'm thankful that my mom flew to Houston and she is cooking Thanksgiving and I don't have to.
Yeah, that is.
No, Thanksgiving? Or came to Houston for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's awesome.
I'm thankful for friends. I got some awesome friends in my life. I'm thankful for that.
It's great. That is something to be thankful for as well. thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for our sponsors, and I'm thankful for our listeners. And I mean, can't have a show without you guys. Can't have a show without the sponsors, and we can't have a show without our listeners. And well, at least one of those that we can reward here, and our sponsors have been very gracious. I did the little wheel earlier today, and we have some winners to announce. So $50 gift card to Jefferson was first up, and Justin Kyle, yeah, you get that one. So congratulations. Hope you're enjoying that Chiefs game yesterday. And then a $10 gift card to Ghetto Tacos. Former co-host Tristan Howe, he wins. He got in there. He made a pick the other day. And then another $10 gift card to Ghetto Tacos. We got Greg Walker. Yep. Greg Walker over in Carthage. And then Ghetto Taco Shop has also thrown in a family pack. So you get 10 tacos, 2 of the corn that they got there, and the street corn, that is. And then 2 drinks, and that will go to Mika Dalton. Congratulations. And then the Roberts Integrative Dentistry gave us a $100 treatment voucher towards an exam or any treatment needed. And that goes to Dale Crouch. So, yeah, on that note, music is still playing, and we hope you all have a great and safe Thanksgiving holiday. Enjoy some hoops, football, or basketball, or whatever you're going to do. I mean, that covers in hoops, but I mean, you could play hoops with your own family, or you could just sit on the couch and watch basketball. There you go. So that's how we cover that. But thanks for tuning in to the Sports Timeout this week, and we'll catch you all next time.
Later.